welcome back to my kitchen. But in case this is the first time you're stopping by, my name is Gina and I'm a wife and mother from the Midwest, and I enjoy cooking fresh meals for my family, and sometimes I make recipe videos and post them up here on YouTube. Today we are going to be making a super simple pantry meal that I call Tamale Pie. I think I saw this recipe on a blog a long time ago. I don't even remember which one. If it comes to me, I will definitely link that person below. But I've been making this for years now. So if this is your recipe and if you're hating, let me know and I'm happy to link to your recipe in my description. But as for right now, we're just going to call this my version of chicken tamale pie. So as most of you know, my husband is from Michoacan, and where he's from in Mexico, they have a certain kind of tamale called uchepos, which is a corn tamal, and it is a little bit on the sweeter side, and it kind of reminds me of like southern corn pudding, if you will, and that's very specific to his region of Mexico, Morelia, Michoacan, and he usually hates Tex Mex food, but he really loves this dish. And the reason he really loves this dish is because the flavor of the base of this tamale pie is very, very similar to uchepos. So if your husband is from there, your wife is from there, or someone in your family enjoys food from, you know, central Mexico, this is definitely something you'd want to give a try. It's a pantry staple because we're going to be making the base out of Jiffy cornbread muffin mix, and I don't know if this is just something that's local to like the Midwest or Chicago, but this is what I'm using. All of these measurements are based off of this. I'm sure you probably could use a different corn muffin mix, but I don't know how it's going to turn out. So we are using Jiffy corn muffin mix. We are going to be using a little bit of almond milk because I'm actually out of regular milk. I would prefer to use regular milk, but almond milk will work fine since this is unsweetened and this is just original flavor, not vanilla. We're going to be using a little bit of cream-style corn, an egg, usually I have taco seasoning for this, but for some reason, I missed the sale on McCormick taco seasoning, and as you guys know, like, McCormick taco seasoning is my jam. Like, I am not sponsored by McCormick at all, but I love their products, and long story short, they were on sale for like $2 for $1, so somebody bought all of the taco seasoning. So we're going to try it with fajita seasoning today and see how it goes. I hope it's good because this is delicious. Like, I've used this before, but it definitely has a smokier flavor. But I think it should be fine, and whatever. That's what I've got. So taco seasoning is the next ingredient. Sorry, I went off on a tangent. And then we're going to be using a can of the diced green chiles in, they're not in liquid or anything. They're just diced green chiles. And then we're going to be using I think this is 10 ounce? Yeah, 10 ounce can of pre-prepared red enchilada sauce. We like spicy food, so I'm using hot, but you can feel free to use mild or whatever your family likes. But I do recommend a red one for this dish, mostly because green salsa or green enchilada salsa, whatever you want to call it, if you're going to be adding this to the top with the chicken, I feel like the colors will look weird. Like, I feel like the green will bake into the base of the tamale, and it just is gonna look unappetizing. So I would definitely stick with red. Sorry, I'm kind of all over the place in this video today. I didn't plan to film this, so I didn't really think about what I was gonna say. But anyways, moving on. It is called chicken tamale pie, so we need some chicken. This is 2 thin sliced chicken breasts, and it looks really nasty because I just defrosted it in the microwave. But you could use a rotisserie chicken or any type of pre-cooked chicken if you have it. You're going to need about 2 cups total. So I'm using 2 thin sliced chicken breasts, and we should be good there. And then lastly, the last official ingredient is some type of white cheese. So today I happen to have Chihuahua cheese because we pretty much always have that. But you could use whatever kind of cheese you want. You could even use like a cheddar or, you know, mixed taco cheese or whatever, and it'll be good. So the only other thing that I didn't place out, because that's just totally up to you, is toppings. I'll probably chop up some cilantro. We've got some really fresh crema from La Villita that my husband and my father-in-law brought home. So we'll try that. And then he also brought home this queso. I don't know what the name of it is. We can go look. I'll show you. It's a very dry, almost like Parmesan. It's Mexican cheese. I don't know what it's called, but we'll probably, this is not cotija. This is something different, but we'll probably sprinkle some of that on to finish as well. And without further ado, let me go ahead and get some water boiling because I am going to poach this chicken and fall over in the kitchen. And I'll be back with the next step. Okie dokie, so just a really short tutorial on poaching chicken if you have not done that, or boiling. Poaching just means cooking in liquid, and generally it means like at like a gentle pace. So I have put the chicken into the water when it was cold, and the reason that you want to do that is the chicken will cook more evenly, the same way like you would boil a whole potato. So if you put it in there when the water is boiling, the outside of the chicken cooks faster than the inside, thus resulting in tougher chicken. So I've placed this chicken in the cold water. It is defrosted, and then I've just got it over medium heat, and I'm going to bring this to a boil and then reduce the heat to low and simmer it for about 20 minutes or until it's nice and tender and I can shred it with 2 forks. And then that's that. I don't have any seasoning or anything in there because we are going to be mixing it with the fajita or taco seasoning. And we're not going to be using the caldo for anything. So we're just going to throw away that water because we're not going to use it. So you don't need to season it this time. But if you want to, you could. Let me go ahead and get our bowl out and get the base going. And I will explain how that works next. Okie dokie. So for our tamale base, the first thing you're going to do is not listen to my children who are being really annoying today. You are going to put 1/3 cup of your dairy product in the base of the bowl here. So this is 1/3 cup of the almond milk. And then we are going to be adding to that, let's see if I can crack an egg with one hand. Yep, 1 egg. We're going to be adding a can of diced green chiles. And then this is larger than the one I usually use. This is 7 ounces, but I think I usually use one that's 4. But I really like this, so I'm just going to add the whole thing in there. We'll see how that goes. Next thing we're going to do is add in the can of creamed corn, and this is 14.75 ounces. We're going to add our Jiffy cornbread mix on top. Some is stuck in the bottom. And then lastly, we're going to be using our taco seasoning divided. So I'm going to put about 1.5 teaspoons of this into the actual base. We're going to go ahead and get this mixed up. And then I am going to grease this 9-inch cake pan because I don't actually have a pie plate. I must have on accident gotten rid of it when I was cleaning out my cooking stuff. So we're going to wing it and we're going to use this today. I'm going to go ahead and get this mixed up. I'll grease this and put that in there. And then I'm preheating my oven to 400. And I have to go for a second because Miss Olivia is being loud. Alright guys, so as I mentioned, I greased this pan pretty liberally with butter because butter is better. But you can use Pam or whatever you want. I did totally forget to add the taco seasoning in until it was in the pan, which kind of stunk. Because now I had to mix it up, and I hope it didn't mess up my greasing that was down there on the bottom, but whatever. So I'm going to go ahead. The oven is preheated to 400. We are going to put this in for like 20 to 30 minutes. Ow, and we are so touching the inside of the hot oven on camera, guys. A+. This is one of my best videos, let me tell you. All right, so I'm going to pop that in for 20 to 30 minutes. In the meantime, let's just do 20 at first, because we do just want it to be set like in lightly golden brown on the top before we go ahead and we poke holes in it and add the enchilada sauce and so on and so forth. So you do not want the corn cake to be overcooked. And in the meantime, our chicken is just about done. This actually didn't even come to a rolling boil yet, and this is pretty well cooked. These were very thin chicken breasts, so I'm gonna let these go for another minute or two, pull them out and shred them, and I'll be back with the next step. Alrighty, just a quick mention, we're about halfway through our cooking time of the base. I just went ahead and I shredded up both chicken breasts to my liking. I prefer smaller pieces for this. And then I went ahead and added the remaining of the seasoning packet and mixed it up. And it was a little bit dry, so I did end up adding like a tablespoon of this chicken broth, just so it doesn't get dry while we wait for the pie. I've opened up our enchilada sauce, and let's check on this. Yeah, this is definitely still super soft, set in the middle and not anywhere near ready. It says it's got 7 minutes, so we'll probably have to do at least another 5. I will be back when this is ready, and I'll let you know. All right, guys, so I went ahead and I pulled this out. It was a total of 25 minutes. This is what you're looking for, just a couple of light brown spots. You don't want it to be overly golden brown, and I really burned my hand. Hey, Olivia, Felicity, can you please quiet down just for 1 second while Mommy finishes up her video? Okay, thank you. All right, sorry guys. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take our fork and we are going to liberally poke holes around this entire cake. You don't have to be upset if that happens, like a little chunk comes out or whatever. Just schlep it right back in the pan. This is very tender, pudding-like texture, and that's bound to happen. So, Felicity.
Why are you cooking a cake?
I'm not cooking a cake. It's tamale pie, honey.
Tamale pie, me love pie.
Okay, honey.
What does it taste like?
And this one kind of tastes like chicken, so this is not a sweet pie. So that's why I made you your pasta, okay?
Okay.
All right, can you go sit down?
But do you want to make some more?
Yeah, we'll make another pie for you another time. All right, guys, so... Oh my Lord, guys, I gotta get through this quickly because my children are not having this video today. Anyways, go ahead and we're gonna poke around the cake as much as we can without destroying it. You don't have to go all the way to the bottom. You just want to make it porous. So when we pour our enchilada sauce on, it kind of gets into that top layer of the base. Fifi, please be quiet. All right. The next thing you're going to do, that is really good, is pour your enchilada sauce right along the top here. The whole can. And then I'm going to put you on pause for a second, get the chicken and the cheese on here, and I'll show you what it looks like before we pop it in for the rest of the baking time. All right, friends. I'm going to go ahead and add about 2 cups of cheese to the top of this. And in the process, make sure you get it on your floor and on the top of your stove, because it wouldn't be good if you didn't do that. I'm just joking. I just happen to always get cheese everywhere. And I made the decision that I wanted this to be lit up for you guys, so I have to put this on top of my stove because there's a light right underneath my microwave, which I find helpful. So we're gonna go ahead and just kind of get everybody happy and in the party and covered with cheese. And we're gonna bake this for another 15 minutes or so at the same 400, and we're going to remove it when it's bubbly and the enchilada sauce has sunken into that base a little bit, and the little tips of the shredded chicken, we're going to get crisped up a little bit. Then we'll cool it and serve it. So I'll be back in a few. All right, guys, so here it is. I took it out of the oven and I decided to throw it on broil for a second just to brown the cheese up a little bit better after having it in there for another 15 minutes. And truth be told, I forgot it was in there, and it is nice and crispy now. So this is a little bit browner than the desired effect, but it'll be good because Chihuahua cheese is really good when it's crunched up like that because it has a very high oil content. So it will be nice and crispy, and underneath should still be cheesy, so that's great. I'm just going to let this cool in the pan for about 10 minutes. I went ahead and prepped up some toppings here. So this is just some of that cheese from La Villita. We have some avocado, a little bit of cilantro. My husband really likes the cayenne peppers from my garden, so he eats those on the side. I've got some green salsa that's homemade, a little bit of Mexican style sour cream, and then I've got some cotija cheese as well. And then I'm going to be serving it with a simple side salad with a nice vinegary dressing to cut the richness of this dish. I'm waiting for my husband and my suegro to get home and we will eat. So I'll be back to show you what it looks like in a few. All right, guys. So my husband is running late and I'm pretty hungry. So I'm just going to go ahead and give this a taste test. Bear with me. This is like my 8th time trying to finish this video up for you guys because the girls are just really not listening well today. So as you can see, I've already taken a bite of this and it doesn't look that good on the plate because the first piece that you go to scoop out is going to be difficult to remove because you can't get the spatula right underneath there, and the bottom is nice and tender. So the remaining pieces should be totally fine as long as you get the spatula directly underneath them. I served mine with a little bit of the crema on top. I also added some cilantro. I've got some avocado on the side, and I put a little cotija cheese on it. Fifi, please just be quiet. I love you in my video too, but just 5 seconds, okay? I'm going to add a little bit of the green Tabasco. It's not really spicy at all, but it has a really nice flavor. And then I'm just going to eat this, and I'll give you a taste test from Daniel if he gets home. So, really, really good, guys. Hearty. The fajita seasoning actually added a nice layer of flavor to it because it has a smokiness, but it also has a like a lime flavor to it, I would say, which is definitely different. So I don't love it. I don't hate it. If you only have the McCormick fajita seasoning, don't let it discourage you from making this dish. It's definitely good. But I would say I would prefer it with the taco seasoning. So thank you so much for stopping by and watching my video. Sit tight. We'll see if we get a taste test from Daniel and my suegro when they get home. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up because this one was a really hard one to film. My 2 4-year-old girls were not making my life easy today. If you loved it by chance, go ahead and hit subscribe. I get super excited watching my channel grow. And I'm just going to keep eating and talking to you guys, which is rude. So, thanks for stopping by.
Bye.
Olivia, what are you doing?
I am fixing avocado.
I don't think you should be fixing anything.